guys, I know I didn't give you any warning of this live. I thought I'd just pop on and say good morning. It's Friday morning, it's miserable and horrible out there, and I've got 15 minutes before my next client comes in. So I just thought I'd come and say hello and talk a little bit to you about the skincare process. We've talked a lot about home care and treatments, but particularly the sort of home care routines over the last couple of weeks and how important they are. And I thought I would just come across and just talk a little bit about the value of sort of doing a regular skincare process, the fact that skincare and treatments are a process, there's no miracles, and the value of actually being assessed regularly, because there's a few things have happened lately that's, I'm still learning all the time, and, when I engage with my clients, it makes me realise the sorts of things that I need to be looking at and making sure the clients understand. So we've had someone reasonably recently phone up and ask for the best treatment for getting rid of lines and wrinkles as a one-off. And I'm like, well, there isn't really anything sort of facial wise. You can have injectables, they will get rid of wrinkles for a few months, and that's great. But the question was about a facial treatment of some description, and that's not really how it works. And the other one was a client who I had in this week who is having regular treatments, but clearly we've not got on top of the home care routine because she's still struggling a little bit. And I think the home care routine needs looking at to establish why she's not quite getting the results that we would expect her to from the treatments. So they're really important things. As I said, not Harry Potter, it's not magic, and there are no miracles. If you want very quick results on things like static lines and skin plumping and stuff like that, then absolutely injectables are the way to go, your Botox, your fillers, and that kind of thing. And there is absolute mileage in those, and that's something we're going to come on to over the next couple of weeks, because we do have injectable practitioners, and that is something that we will be talking about, because there is a very valid place for those in a skincare routine, a treatment process, and that kind of thing. But one of the things that's really important to do is hammer down the home care routine and get that right, because without that, the treatments aren't ever going to give you the results that you think you want to. My before and after pictures are a really good example of that, and I'll try and remember to add that into this later on. I was having regular Botox, which was getting rid of static lines. Now, I don't have Botox. I haven't had it for over a year here, so you can see I've got lines when I raise my eyebrows, but they have more or less gone. If I come up close, don't really have much in the way of static lines, a little bit of it around here, but I like my smile lines. I can cope with that. I was having regular Botox, but not looking after my skin. I wasn't wearing a sunscreen. I wasn't using the retinol. I wasn't doing anything really. I was washing my face and sticking some moisturiser on the cheapest I could find, because that's what was in the supermarket, whatever was on offer, and wondering why my skin still looked appalling, just didn't have too many lines on it. So one of the things that I try and do when I see a client is not push them straight into treatments, not try and force them straight down the sort of, expensive stuff line, but actually really get on top of their home care first. And quite often, and this is what we're trying to look at in the group, so if you're not in the group, come and join the group, Skin Deep West Midlands and Staffs. We are trialling some skincare products, and a lot of it is about resetting the skin, stopping what you're doing. Some of the products people are using are fine, but if they're not, stopping all of those products and starting again with things that are going to reset the skin back to a base level, start getting the basic skin health in check before we look at treatments. So I will assess and talk about products. We'll look at nasty chemicals which can impact skin health, and things that aren't protecting your skin, things that might be kind of not irritating you but not doing anything active. And we'll start you off on a course of home care and maybe add things in, or if you run out of something, this is our version of it that we'd replace it with, and that kind of thing. And actually start you off on that. But the important thing is to keep on top of that. The prescription we start you with initially may not be what your skin needs in 3, 6 and 12 months time, because we might have got on top of acne or oiliness or improved rosacea. We might start to soften lines and wrinkles. You might not have combination skin in the same way. We might, it might just be behaving a little bit better, so we can change those things out. So the original prescription may well change further down the line. So the need for constant assessment is actually really important. And also with the treatment. So if you've booked a course of peels, I will always make sure that you're having the right peel or the right treatment on the day for your skin type. So I won't sort of labour this point, but actually if you have started a course of treatment or you've started on some home care and perhaps your skin isn't doing quite what you were expecting or what it did to start with, that's the point to book a reassessment. And it's something I'm going to start looking at in more detail and getting people back who are regularly getting products. I'll look at, we get people who have had their initial consultation and just go on the portal and buy their products, which is great, but I want to make sure they're using the right things and their skin is getting the absolute best out of the products that we can offer. I don't know if you can see behind me. Obviously, for those of you who don't know, I work on a golf course. And even in this weather, they're still out there. And it never ceases to amaze me that the weather these guys go out on in the golf course is bonkers. And is it literally only knee-deep snow they don't go out in? Sorry, I digress. So come and have an assessment, but be prepared. This is a process. Things don't happen overnight. My skin's 45 years old. The problems I've had with mine didn't happen overnight. They happened over the course of years, either because I wasn't looking after them properly, or I had some sun damage or whatever. And so it's not going to improve overnight. We need to get a plan in place, keep assessing, getting the right products in place. If something's not doing what it needs to do, or it's stopped doing what it needs to do, what is it we need to replace it with? And that's really important to get the most out of your skin. Invest in it. And if you sort of want to just come and have a few treatments, that's fine, but be aware of the limitations of that if we're not doing the right things in the meantime. Come and have a review, come and have an assessment. We've just changed up our skin consultations, actually, so there's choices now what you can do. Nice basic ones, quick and easy. Look at your home care products, bit of a review and recommendation on treatments. That's free, we don't charge for that at all. Any products you buy on the day will be slightly discounted. Then we're going to have 2 other stages of skin consultation as well. So, excuse me, the gold, so the first one is silver, free of charge. Second one is gold. It's £60. It's an hour-long appointment. It will include the full prescription of home care. It will include a more in-depth prescription for treatments, and you'll get 10% off all products purchased on the day. And the assessment itself will include a mini facial treatment at the time. It means I can take your makeup off, have a look at your skin, make some proper recommendations based on what I can see as well as what you're telling me. And then the top end hour-and-a-half appointment, a 90-minute appointment, it's £125. It'll be a more in-depth facial treatment as well. So we'll do what you've had of the gold treatment, but it'll be a more in-depth facial, may include a chemical peel. As part of that, you will get a post-peel treatment kit and 10% off any products that you've ordered on the day. So there are 3 stages of skin consultation now, depending on how much you want to invest in it. And you can move through those as well. You don't have to start at the expense, but you can always just come in and start with the free one, see what you think, and then book on to do something a bit more in depth further down the line. So come across and join us in the group. Come and engage, because we are doing product testing at the minute, and next month we will product test something new. I'm not sure what that product will be yet. I'm going to see how these go with this initial essentials kit, and then we'll introduce a new product to test next month. Come and see us. Send us a message if you want to come and have a skin consultation, and we'll see you in the group. Have a lovely Friday. See you soon. Bye.